Hello everyone, and welcome to the free-to-play Rares Only Plus series. On this account, I've been progressing through the game using champions who are rare, uncommon, or common, plus any champion who is free and permanently available to all players. So with all that out of the way, let's dive in. What we got here... well, she's gone now. The corpse you saw on the floor...
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
...is none other than Temptress, who is tandem champion to Seducer. You might be wondering silently to yourself, Adam, why are you leveling Temptress? Well, the reason is because I've made some big changes on my account. I recently decided that it was in the best interest for my account to do what I need to do in order to make progression in Doom Tower hard. And that came at the cost of sacrificing my Ultra Nightmare team. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Adam, Ultra Nightmare is the most important thing in the game. How could you possibly think it's best to sacrifice Ultra Nightmare? Well, Ultra Nightmare is only important if you want to get books and shards, and I don't care about either of those things on this account because I don't need either of those things on this account. I don't need shard pulls because I'm not doing fusions. I don't need shard pulls because I'm not relying on legendary and epic shard pulls. I just don't need them. And I get plenty of books from Nightmare and the champion training tournaments and events. So the reason I'm leveling Temptress is because last night on stream, you may have seen, I leveled Seducer to help me counter the Torment wave in Doom Tower hard. So I've already got Seducer's masteries done. The wave in particular, he helped me beat, was this one right here. I could deal with Mortu because of Yakarl the Scourge. This isn't my normal team. Yakarl the Scourge helps me deal with the Mortu. That's not an issue. The problem I was having is if Yakarl the Scourge gets frozen by the Torments, then all of a sudden Mortu can attack me and just one-tap me. He does Mortu doing Mortu things. So by bringing in Seducer, it allowed me to continue using Haikitune's increase speed buff and turn meter boost to prevent my team from getting frozen. Now, it wasn't a perfect counter. There was a slight drawback that I did not anticipate, and it's that the increased defense goes on first, and then Torment goes, hey, you just got a buff, you're frozen, and then block debuffs goes out. So while it did have the potential to hose me a little bit, it's only a 20% chance to freeze each time a buff goes out. So if they don't get frozen when the increased defense goes out, then they're safe when the block debuff goes out. And at that point in time, I can then start using Haikitune's A2 to turn meter boost, increase speed, and it also allows Yakarl to use his A2 without freezing himself because he does a turn meter steal and he gives himself an increased speed buff when he does this. So it just makes everything a little bit safer, and it will make it a little bit more auto-friendly further down the line once I've got like my full team built. I'll be able to hopefully be able to just shove Seducer in there, and I'll be able to do it on auto instead of manual every time. So that's going to be a huge quality of life when I get Visix the Unbound. Speaking of Visix the Unbound, we are still about 2.5, 2 3/4 of a month away. She can't get here soon enough. The AoE decreased speed combined with the AoE provoke, each on a 3-turn cooldown, plus her A1 turn meter steal. I think this A1 turn meter steal and the AoE decreased speed is quite underrated in terms of crowd control. Slowing the enemies down, boosting yourself forward, so you can get back to your AoE turn meter or your AoE provoke faster is just immense. She's going to be huge on my Doom Tower team. So that's what we did. That's why I broke my Ultra Nightmare team, so we can hard focus Doom Tower hard. My new Haikitune build, she's got HP percentage gloves, accuracy chest, speed on the boots, and then just speed everywhere else I can muster, with a whopping 299 speed and 305 accuracy. And for her masteries, I've taken... Okay, this is a point of contention for me. Don't just blindly take charged focus. You think to yourself, oh, more accuracy. Accuracy is good. I should take that. But if you stop and look at her kit, she will never gain value from it. This is her priority skill, which means this skill will always be on cooldown when she uses her A1 or her A3. These are the skills that require accuracy. This one will always be on cooldown. So she never gains accuracy from Charged Focus. So think about that before you take this mastery. Haikatune will never gain value from it. So I skipped Charged Focus and took Exalt and Death to give her a 10% heal when the first enemy dies on the enemy team. Then I gave her this Swarm Smiter because this one does impact her. She'll get up to 16 extra accuracy if there are 4 or more enemies alive. So minimum, she'll always get 4 accuracy from this mastery. So if we look at her accuracy, it's 305 plus the 4 from Swarm Smiter, so 309. And then when you consider that, I still have 40 accuracy to gain from my Great Hall. That'll put her to 349, so she'll be 1 accuracy shy from being accuracy capped for like 90% of the Doom Tower hard content. So she's got plenty of speed and plenty of accuracy. She will have plenty of accuracy by the time, I get that Great Hall leveled up all the way. Let me show you the new speed tune I'm working. So this is why I'm building Temptress currently. I slapped some gear on her for early faction wars, and I've never changed it. Actually, I got 5 hours left. Let's take this off now. All right, let me show you the speed tune. So this is the new speed tune I've been working on. I was fiddling with it on stream Saturday night, trying to figure it out while my dragon runs were running in the background, or my spider runs, or whatever, some combination of both. And I finally figured it out. What I needed to do was get everybody except for Seducer under 170 speed, and it fell into sync. So Seducer is on a 4 to 3 turn ratio. That means he takes 4 turns for every 3 turns the clan boss takes. This is because 2 of his very important skills are each on a 4-turn cooldown. So here we have him doing his ally protection and block damage on himself to ally protect the entire team. Then he places increased defense and block debuffs here before the second AoE. So this will be Spirit use. It's already on Spirit. You can see Spirit Affinity friendly. And you switch to Void, and it obviously stays in sync. Nothing changes. So he's placing increased defense and block debuffs here. Hellborn Sprite will extend the duration of the ally protect, increased defense, block debuffs, and then we are stun friendly, and we will end up having increased defense up for every single attack except for Seducer, but he gives block damage, so he doesn't need it. But he'll have the increased defense for all the attacks. So you can see increased defense is falling off here, but then he refreshes it right here. And then it's up, and we have block debuffs up for the stun. So with a buff extender and Seducer on a 4 to 3 turn clan boss ratio, we have 100% uptime on ally protect, increased defense, block debuffs. So it's actually quite good. And all it took was to get everybody under 170 speed, and it's full auto. I just set the A4 for his priority first choice and set this for second choice. And then Hellborn Sprite is A1 opener and then first choice. I haven't figured out if Brave Chill or Frozen Banshee are going to be better for me. I'm just going to experiment with both, but I have this slight inclination that Grave Chill Killer might be better on a 1-1. I think on a 2-1, Frozen Banshee is supremely better, but on a 1-1, I want to try getting decreased defense up there and see what a difference that makes. Yeah, this is the new speed tune. It's very simple. 220, and I'm going to build these 4 in Guardian sets, and then Seducer and Regen. The reason I want Seducer and Regen is, whilst Temptress does place Leech on one of her skills, of the 4 turns Seducer takes, on 2 of them, he's not actually attacking or dealing damage to the clan boss. So he only has the potential to heal from... He only has the potential to get healing off Leech 50% of his turns. So to ensure that his HP is constantly topping off, I want to build him in Regen. Everyone else is going to be in Guardian set. So everyone is going to be taking 50% less damage from the 50% ally protect on Seducer, And then they will also be taking an additional 30% less damage from the other 3 people Guardian set protecting them. So it's going to have 80% damage reduction. So even though I'm not on a 2-1 turn ratio, I will go, so I'm not going to get in as many turns in because I'm not on a 2-1, but I will survive longer into the fight. Exactly how long I'll survive remains to be seen. It's going to be experimental, but this is just simply a Nightmare Clan boss speed tune. If it overperforms and exceeds my expectations, maybe I'll try it out on Ultra Nightmare. I'll have to adjust the speeds because this speed tune as it is currently will not work on Ultra Nightmare, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm willing to make the sacrifice of not farming Ultra Nightmare in order to make more progression in Doom Tower hard, because I do really want to beat Doom Tower on this account. And speaking of Doom Tower, where I am currently stuck is the Sifi Rotos wave right here. And this is why I had Gnarlhorn in instead of Yakarl at the beginning of the video. It's because Sifi has a 40% chance to break out of freeze and fear debuffs, and so do all of her allies. So there's a 40% chance that Yakarl Discourage's freezes are just completely nullified at the start of every enemy's turn. So I was using Gnarlhorn, and I was doing really good on the second wave, and then I got Rotost. He took 3 turns in a row. He attacked my Seal of the Drakes, placed decreased defense on her, took an extra turn, attacked her, took an extra turn, attacked her, and killed her. And then the next Rotos went and killed my Gnarlhorn. So I was like, that was like my 4th attempt on that wave, and it was just too frustrating. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And because there are 3 Sifis in that wave, and they're all constantly healing each other at the start of each of their own turns, they were out healing my damage. So even if I was like, I just couldn't. I'm hard stuck until I get Vizix, so I can consistently and steadily keep AoE decrease speed up on all my opponents, and also have an alternative way of crowd controlling the Sifis with provokes. Until then, I don't think I can beat this wave. So I think I'm stuck for now in Doom Tower hard, but this just means I get to pivot into Doom Tower normal and start pushing those secret rooms so I can get my Archmage helmet sooner. That's what I've been up to. That's what I'm going to continue working on. I'm going to continue grinding out the masteries for Temptress. I'm going to get this team built. I'm going to experiment with Frozen Banshee and Gravechill Killer just to see who is the better damage dealer for my clan boss team, and I'll report back to you next week. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to my first YouTube member, Dex, for not only joining the channel, but doing so at the legendary tier. Because he is a legendary member, he gets to view this 24 hours early. So you are watching this on Monday, he is watching this on Sunday. So shout out to Dex. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. But anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I will see you in another video soon. But until next time, everyone, happy raiding.